Today I'm going to be showing you one of the easiest tricks I found to break out of the pentatonic box within only a few minutes. I don't typically like seeing videos that say the secret to this or try this trick, even though I've admittedly done that quite a few times myself. And before we dive into this trick that we're going to talk about today, just keep in mind that everything takes time and mainly takes consistency day in and day out to master the guitar. However, I have found quite a few tricks that have helped me so I can progress much faster. And I say this a lot, I love theory. However, guitar is a very shape-oriented instrument. And for what I'm going to show you today, it's really based on seeing these shapes across the fretboard, which makes it a lot more simple. But after you learn and master these shapes, I highly recommend you go in and understand the theory so you have a more thorough understanding of the overall instrument. The first trick we're going to be looking at uses the pentatonic scale, and then once we got that covered, we're going to dive in and use a similar trick to understand the major scale across the entire fretboard. And the biggest thing to know right off the bat is we are not using the typical vertical scale shapes. You know, the pentatonic scale looking like this, and the major scale looking something like this. The biggest difference is that we're actually going to start off approaching the fretboard horizontally instead of vertically. And with a pentatonic scale, the trick is memorizing this formula of 3 2 2 3 2. 3 2 2 3 2. There's only two possible pentatonic fingerings that we use, and they're always going to be 2 or 3 frets apart. In your typical pentatonic box, your first string, that's 3 frets apart, is a 3 shape. The next string's a 2 shape, 2 frets apart. Same thing on the D and G strings. And then the B and high E go back to the 3 shape. So that's kind of where I'm seeing the 3s and the 2s in this equation. The trick is simple. We're going to take that 3 2 2 3 2, take our index finger and find the root note of whatever minor pentatonic we want to play. Today we're going to be an A minor pentatonic. And so we're going to find the A note with our first finger on the 5th fret of the high E. Each shape is going to connect with itself. So the 3, 5, 8 on the high E is going to connect to the 2, which is 8, 10. That's going to connect to the 2 that happens right here on the 10 to 12, which then connects to the 3 that happens from 12 to 15. And then we have another 2 on 15 to 17, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2. If you take that root note of A and find on every string, this exact formula will work 100% of the time. If you would like tab for today's lesson and all my other guitar lessons, check out my Patreon. The link is down below. Let's jump to the B string. 10th fret of the B string is an A note. That's going to be a 3, so 10 to 13. That connects to a 2, 13 to 15. That connects to another 2, which is 15 to 17. Connects to a 3, which is 17 to 20, I believe. And then that connects to a 2, which is 20 to 22. So we have 3, 2, 2, 3, 2. We go to the G string, the 2nd fret. It's another A note. We get a 3. So that's 2 to 5. That connects to a 2, 5 to 7. Connects to another 2 shape, which is 7 to 9. That then connects to a 3, which is 9 to 12. That connects to a 2. Just 12 to 14, and then we're back at the octave. So 3, 2, 2, 3, 2. We can go to the D string, 7th fret, that's an A note. We get 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, back to our 3. The A string, open A, we have open A to 3rd fret, which is a 3, to a 2, 2, 3, 2. 3, 2, 2, 3. Get a 24 fret, you can do another one. And then the low E is the exact same as the high E. So we can use that trick, the 3-2-2-3-2, and as long as our first finger's on the root note of whatever key we're in, we can just follow that and walk up the entire fretboard. But I do want to show you guys how we can be based in box 1 and do this on every string. Now, we are going to be reorganizing the groups of 3-2-2-3-2 because we're going to be starting on different notes. So we go back to box 1. And then we go to the B string. We see a 3 from 5 to 8. But that formula of the B string is going to be a 3-2-3-2-2. Because that's not the root note. We're starting on the 5th, so the formula is a little off. Now we can do the same thing on the G string, which in box 1 starts with a 2 shape. And that goes 2, 2, 3, 2, 3. D string, we start on another 2 shape in box 1. And that formula is going to be 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. And then we're back to the octave 2. And then lastly, the A string. Again, it starts on a 2 shape, and that formula is going to be 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. So we can look at it each way. We can find the root note with our first finger and just do 3-2-2-3-2, guaranteed, always works. Or we can learn how it starts in box 1 on each string and kind of reorganize the formula a little bit. Now, of course, you can take that approach, instantly apply it into any key as long as you're starting with your index finger on the root note of whatever minor key that you're playing. That was in A minor or C major. Now, the trick works a bit different with the major scale. We're going to go into that real quick. I prefer the 3-note string major scale shapes, and I do recommend you learn the vertical versions of those, but this is a quick way to use the major scale all across the fretboard very easily. Similar to the pentatonic scale where there's only 2 possible fingerings, the 3-note string major scale has 3 possible fingerings that we need to learn. We have the whole step shape, where we're simply playing a note. We go 2 frets up, play another note, and then go 2 frets up again and play another note. And that's 8, 10, 12 right there. Very important for today, we're going to be calling that the 3 shape. So the whole step is a 3 shape. Also within the major scale, we see a half step, whole step fingering. Play a note with our first finger, we go 1 fret up, and we go 2 frets up from there. We're going to call that shape 2. Shape 1 is going to be a whole step, half step shape. Play a note with our first finger, go 2 frets up, and then go 1 fret up. Shape 1, shape 2, and then shape 3. The reason I numbered it this way is how we're going to walk it up the fretboard horizontally. 1 always connects into 2, 2 always connects into 3. With that understood, the trick is pretty simple. All we're going to see across the fretboard is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. That looks something like this in the key of A minor or C major. And we are starting on the root of the relative minor or the 6th note of the major scale. Shape 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. Back to 1. So that's going to be 5, 7, 8 on the high E. That's our shape 1. That connects to shape 2, which is going to be 7, 8, 10. That then connects to shape 3, which is 8, 10, 12. From there, we duplicate the pattern. We go to shape 1, 10, 12, 13. That connects to shape 2, which is 12, 13, 15. That then connects to shape 3, 13, 15, 17. And then we have another shape 3 from 15, 17, 19. And then we're right back to the beginning. The octave. Now again, right now, if I find an A note with my first finger on any string, this exact formula works. So I can go to the B string, 10th fret again. Shape 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Obviously, I run out of frets there. I go down here to the 2nd fret of the G string, which is an A note. We get a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. And then we're back to 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. We can go to the D string, 7th fret, which is also an A note. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1. This one kind of looks weird on the A string, but we can go. That's our shape 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And obviously the low E is the same exact as the high E. If we were to look at this based in the box 1 pentatonic zone, where basically our first finger is always starting on the 5th fret, we get this formula. It's still 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, but because we're starting on different intervals, it ends up being a different order. The B string would be 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. The G string is gonna look like this. That's a 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, and then back to 3. The D string will look like this. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then the A string is going to be 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, I still highly recommend you learn the 5 vertical pentatonic shapes and the 7 3-note string major scale shapes, but this trick will certainly have you playing across the entire fretboard way faster. Now, you might be wondering, very cool, little formula, a bunch of numbers. It's going to take you a while to memorize it, but how do you actually start implementing this into your playing and actually start using it in musical context? The first thing, I'm actually going to turn on a C major backing track just for today, and I'm going to limit myself to 1 string at a time. I'm going to show you how I can walk up these shapes up the fretboard in a very musical way. After that, I'm going to show you a little bit more exercise practice where you can build licks and feel more comfortable gliding up and down the fretboard. Initially, when practicing, I recommend a more legato approach. You pick the first note of each string, and then you do a hammer, a pull off, or slide to connect the rest. So we're going to take the very first idea with the pentatonic scale, the 3-2-2-3-2. I'm going to walk you through how I'd recommend practicing this on 1 string at a time. So I'm sticking to A minor or C major pentatonic. I'm hitting that first box, that 3. I pick, hammer 8th fret, pull off back to 5. That's our 3 shape. I slide to our 2 shape. I do a hammer onto the 10th fret, pull off back to 8. Slide to our next 2 shape, and then a hammer to 12, pull off back to 10. Slide to the 3 shape, then to our 2, and then I like to go to the octave. From there, we can slide back to our 2 shape, back to the 3 shape, back to the 2 shape, back to the 2 shape, back to the 3. So I'm seeing 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. You can practice that starting on all the root notes on each string, or if you want to start in box 1 on each string, you can do the same exact concept. And the same is going to go with the major scale. So we see the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 shapes. So I'm just going to pick the first note, 5th fret high E, then I hammer up that 1 shape. Pick 5, hammer 7, hammer 8, pull off back to 7, pull off back to 5. That slides into shape 2. I hammer up, pull off back down, go to shape 3. Go back to shape 1 up here. Shape 2, shape 3, shape 3, and then back to shape 1. From there, we'll go all the way back down with the same technique. And again, we should do this on every string. I like to start in box 1, but you can also start on all the root notes of the minor scale. And the last thing I recommend you practice with both of these, the pentatonic trick and the major scale trick, is to combine 2 string groupings. Today, we're just gonna do the B and high E, but you'll wanna go through and do every possible grouping of 2 strings. Going back to the pentatonic trick, it's gonna look something like this. Starting on the B string here on the 5th fret, and I'm seeing that we have a grouping of 3 and a 3 on the B string and a 3 on the high E. Pick 5, hammer 8, pick 5, hammer 8. Then I just slide up to the next zone here, which is that 2 shape. It actually ends up being a 2 and a 2. Then from there, I slide up to 10, and that's gonna be a 3 shape on the B string to a 2 shape on the high E. Then I slide up to the 3 shape here on the high E. It's a 3 on the high E to a 2 on the B. Then I slide that up to a 2 shape on both strings here. Then I slide up to the octave shape, the 3-3 shape here. Let's look at it with the major scale shape and see how that looks. So with that, we're starting on the 5th fret of the B string again, using a 2 shape. Go to the high E with a 1 shape. Then we slide up to here to a 2 shape. Then the B string is gonna have a 3 shape. Now we slide that up to a 3 shape, to a 3 shape on the B and high E. We'll slide up here, pinky 13, and the high E and the B string is gonna both have a 1 shape. Then we slide up to 12 on the B string, and we both get a 2 shape on here. From there, that pinky 15th fret's gonna slide up to 17, and we're gonna descend on both strings a 3 shape. Then we'll slide up to the 15th fret. We get a 1 on the B string, and then go to the high E and play a 3 shape. Then we slide up, and we're back into our starting position. And again with that, you're gonna wanna practice descending it as well. And just as I did right there, you want to take it on all 2 string groupings across the entire fretboard, connecting the 1, the 2, and the 3 shapes. Now, of course, take your time. This should instantly open up and make you feel more comfortable across the entire fretboard. If you need to just stick into the first zone of practicing the pentatonic with the 3-2-2-3-2, you might want to sit with that for a couple months before jumping into this whole video and come back later to help dive into more of the other exercises. But what I would highly recommend, no matter what, even if you took the 3-2-2-3-2, that's all you got out of it, pop on a backing track and start trying to use that in your solos right now today. And I promise that you're already gonna be seeing instant results. I hope you got a lot out of today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.